All right.
There we are. We're live. I love it when it says live there in the red. It's like you're live.
You're
And I
live.
never know whether to be excited or just freeze and go, uh-oh, what do I do?
Is it live? That's the start of every live stream, right? Is it live? Is it
Is it
live?
live? Is it working? Click, click, knock, knock. And everyone's
Oh my.
watching, going, dude, you're live. I'm watching. Do something.
Well, hi everybody. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear us? Hello. Come on in. Happy Monday. It's Monday night. I got the date wrong, Steve. And I thought last week that this would be the New Hampshire live stream night, but it's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night.
So,
Tomorrow's New Hampshire. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
well,
Iowa was Monday. Yeah, so tomorrow's New Hampshire, and oh yeah, that's yeah. Before we get into all the Fani Willis implosion, which is just, I mean, it is so comical. Wait till you guys hear the latest on this. I mean, it's just so unbelievably funny. I mean, it's funny. You gotta laugh at these people. They're so wicked. They're so evil that they trip over themselves. It's hilarious. But yeah, we've got we'll see actually the returns will come in starting at midnight. That's what happens with New Hampshire. New Hampshire's opens up its primary at midnight, live voting, and I wouldn't. So you're going to see some results early in the morning. I wouldn't worry about those. As I understand it, they're not indicators of larger trends or anything like that. It's if the poll trends hold, if they are accurate the way they were accurate with Iowa, tomorrow's gonna be a blowout. Tomorrow will be it. It'll be over. This primary will I think, be over. I think Nikki Haley will drop out after this. She has no pot. She's going to be humiliated in Nevada. She's going to be humiliated in South Carolina. I mean, she has no possible way of moving forward. I don't know who in their right mind. Again, other than Democrats who just have money to burn, I don't know who on earth would be funding her campaign. So I think she might quit just as fast as Ron DeSantis. But we'll see. Again, we'll see. But I think as of this time tomorrow, well, that's a little early. Whenever they close, probably by 8:00, 9:00 tomorrow, this should be it. Some are predicting Trump is going to hit over 60% of the vote. Remember, anything if I recall correctly, New Hampshire's winner take all. Anybody who gets over 50% takes all the delegates, and Trump is polling in every single poll above 50%. He may hit 60. So we'll see. But it looks like tomorrow will be another knockout win for Trump.
absolutely. I know people on the ground who were there and they said it already feels like a general election. There's nobody else against him. So
yeah, they're feeling really good. People are so pumped. They really see it. The media sees it. Rich Barris was talking today in his live stream Inside the Numbers that he's got info that ABC actually spiked a poll that showed Trump probably up above the 10 points that they had in a previous poll that they did with the same polling firm, relatively accurate polling firm. A few months back, they were the first ones where you began to see the establishment really sounding the alarm. I mean, they were pulling the alarm like that guy in the Capitol. I forget what that Democrat congressman, man. They were pulling the fire alarm left and right, but this was real. This was a real emergency. And that's when they found that Trump was leading Biden by 10 points. That polling firm got a lot of pushback, as did ABC. And then a week later, another poll came out that showed Trump with a 10-point lead. And then just a few weeks later, another poll showed Trump with a 10-point lead. And they're like, what the heck? And this same polling outfit showed Biden with an even lower approval rating of what he had a few months back when they came out with the 10-point lead for Trump, and Trump with an even higher approval rating. And that's all they published. They published the approval ratings, and that was it. No general election polling. And a lot of people believe they spiked the poll. It may have been as high as 14, 15-point lead for Trump right now. So again, we'll see how it plays out. But I think the MAGA world feels it. They see the fear in their eyes, in the Democrats' eyes and the Republican establishment's eyes. We talked about it in our first video today. The Ron DeSantis, graceful, generally graceful. I know some are still like Gorka. Dr. Seb, he wasn't having it. He did not like Ron DeSantis' little jab, no pun intended, with Trump and Fauci.
Oh, yeah.
He's, although I disagreed with him on Fauci. Oh yeah, really? At the beginning? No, you didn't. You shut down Florida real quick. Don't give me that. So anyway, Dr. Seb does not care for him very much, but I'm willing. Look, it's politics. I thought it was a gracious concession, a gracious suspension, and a gracious endorsement. But pundits are coming out and recognizing that it was an admission more than anything. And it was the admission. Trump he doesn't just have the nomination. He most likely has the election. He's got November 2024 in the bag. I mean, this Biden implosion is bad. Now, again, they could switch him out, but no one else is polling better than he is. He's the best they've got. Not even Michelle Obama. No one is polling better than Biden right now. So I think they recognize Trump has got this. It's going to be a crazy next 4 years with the return of MAGA in the White House. And they being the politicians that they are, they want to be at the forefront of power rather than pushed into its periphery.
I see DeSanctimonious' name's in the chat. That name has officially been retired.
It's been retired. You don't have to say it anymore. He's joined the team. He's kissed the Godfather's ring. I saw one meme that showed that Trump in his tuxedo and as the Godfather with the ring, and DeSantis bowing and kissing it.
Oh my goodness. Well, come on in, everybody. Good to be with you on our Monday night live stream. My name is Hannah. I'm your Insiders Club hostess. So for those of you here in the virtual studio with us, I see you. I see your questions coming in. As you know, we are demonetized. I see some questions here, Steve, about a channel update. I don't know if you want to give them some updates about what's going on. And if you're just new here and you're wondering what's going on with the channel, this is really important. So
yeah. So Google completely demonetized us. We do not make a dime and any of these broadcasts in social media. As I understand, they still show commercials. They're still making money, but we're not. They're not revenue sharing, as it's called. We tried to work it out with them to no avail. And so right now, for the time being, we are completely and totally demonetized. So we really do depend on you guys for support right now more than ever. And so all you have to do is just click on the link below and you can join our Insiders Club. And what we've done is we've brought it down to like its lowest price ever. We're talking like the price of a, dare I say it, Starbucks cup of coffee. As a matter of fact, a cheap one. For just that amount per month, you get to ask me as many questions as you want. We do live streams every Monday night and every Friday. And then what we do is since we've been demonetized, we're opening up the avenue for asking questions to our Insiders Club members, just as a way of encouraging you to bypass big tech, make sure we never have our relationship together ever interrupted by big tech overlords. And what we found is, you guys, again, I just can't, Hannah, you see the numbers. I mean, we just cannot thank you enough. Literally thousands of you have come to our rescue. Literally thousands. It's been unbelievable. So I want to extend that call. If you haven't done it yet, it's real easy. Just click on the link below, give us your email. That's huge, because once we have your email, we can always get in contact with each other if we need to. No matter what big tech does, you never know what they're going to do in 2024. And then you're going to have the opportunity to join the Insiders Club. Do it, join it. You're going to love it. You're going to love the fellowship with the patriots on in our virtual studios, we like to call it. And then you can ask me as many questions you want. You can even talk with each other. That's the coolest part about it.
Yeah, let me clarify one thing with that. You mentioned the email opt-in. That's
Mhm.
just the first step. That's
Right.
totally free. We would love every single person
Yeah.
on the stream right now to go and put your name and email in. You were talking earlier about how Trump's got it in the bag. I think that's 100% what we want and how it's looking, but they could do absolutely anything between
Yes,
now
true.
and then.
No
They've got
question.
something up their sleeve, I am sure. So
Yeah. Yeah.
please, if you have a moment while you're listening to this, just click on the link in the description. It's just join.charlietalks.com if you want to put it in your browser. Just put your name and your email in, and that will give us an opportunity. If we get taken down, if something happens, we'll still be able to connect with you. And then if you want to come in and join us on the backside, we've got so many awesome things coming, Steve, as you know, where we're fighting this
Yeah.
seriously. We've got big names that we're working with to get this solved because we
Yeah.
can't do this. So we'll have more info for you on that later, but that's really exciting. We've been working on that for like a year, sort of, but this is like we cranked it up because this is just so necessary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm speaking very vaguely, but you'll
Yes.
know about it.
We have something big in the
Yeah.
works happening that you want to be a part of. You are going to love this. So
Yeah.
definitely click on the link below, join the Insiders Club, and you'll have a front row seat.
Yes, and for those of you here in the virtual studio, we're going to get into the story in just a second. If you have a question, just put the word question in all caps here in the virtual chat, and I'll be starring those and reading through those as we go. So, with that, Dr. Steve, let's talk about Fanny Banani, as I like to call her.
Fanny Banani. Should we talk about Fanny Willis? All right. Let's have some fun as we get ready for the big New Hampshire showdown here. I'm on Twitter now too, and everyone's talking about Haley's going full woke. She's literally going into New Hampshire primary Tuesday, just playing the femme card, playing the race card. I mean, she's just so pathetic. Anywho, we got some amazing breaking news with the Fani Willis implosion. Her Fulton County case against Trump literally is collapsing right before our very eyes, even faster than Ron DeSantis's campaign. If you don't know what's going on, it's actually very simple to kind of keep score of and tabs of. It's very simple, but it is. I mean, this is made for television stuff. I mean, you can't. I mean, when I say you can't make this stuff up, it's almost seems like it's only something you could make up. It really is, and I think we're seeing this major scandal exploding here that involves the corrupt Fulton County DA Fani Willis. All right. Here's the gist of it, if you don't know. Very simple. One of the defendants, right? You remember, Fani Willis is prosecuting like 40 defendants, right? Or something. Actually, I think right now it's just 18. But originally, I think it was like 40 defendants, whatever it was. It was insane. And this is a good lesson of why you don't do that. You don't spread yourself too thin because you never know what one of these sharp lawyers is going to come up with, defense lawyers is going to come up with. But one of those defendants is a fellow by the name of Mike Roman. He was a former Trump aide. His lawyer filed a motion with the court, Fulton County Court, to dismiss and disqualify District Attorney Fani Willis, as well as the special prosecutor that she appointed. Okay, it's very key. A fellow by the name of Nathan Wade, who, by the way, has never tried a federal case before in his life. Isn't that interesting? The special prosecutor in this case against Trump in Fulton County has never tried a federal case in his life. He's a family law practitioner. He shouldn't be anywhere near this case, but he is. I wonder why. Well, because Fani Willis handpicked him to be the special prosecutor against Trump. And the lawyer for this defendant, Mike Roman, he absolutely scandalized the court by accusing Fani Willis and this family court prosecutor of having an affair. That's the first thing. And then secondly, of both financially benefiting from this sham prosecution. So that's the key. I know there's other nuances going on, but the real big revelation here is they were having an affair, and therefore there was illegal activity going on in terms of her unethically appointing him to a position he should never have been appointed. And they're both financially benefiting from the prosecution, which involves obviously an illicit use of funds. So it was an amazingly stunning revelation made a few weeks back. And again, the gist of it is really simple. Not only did this guy, Nathan Wade, who's the family court attorney, who's now special prosecutor against Trump, not only did he have no place in prosecuting this case, but according to the court filing, he allegedly received almost $1 million in legal fees since taking on the case. These were fees paid by Fulton County at the direction of Fani Willis, and they obviously substantially exceed the compensation for any other Georgia state or county prosecutor. So this guy gets appointed to a position he should never have been appointed to, and then he starts getting money he should never have been getting, an amount of money that no one in Georgia state or county is getting money like this. And then to make it even worse, this filing in the court accused the two of them, right, Willis and Wade, of using those funds together to go off on extravagant vacations and getaways, like literally a Royal Caribbean cruise, or going to Napa Valley, or going to San Francisco. So when all is said and done, the court filings are alleging that Fani Willis and her alleged boy toy have been personally profiting off of this sham prosecution against Trump. That's the salacious allegation. So where are they getting all the evidence for this? Well, this is where it starts to open up. The evidence for this filing is in the testimonies and court filings from Nathan Wade's divorce proceedings. Again, Nathan Wade being the family law attorney who was suspiciously, and some would argue illegally, appointed special prosecutor in this Trump case. Okay. He's going through a divorce. His divorce proceedings, although thus far hidden from the public, we were told by this filing, apparently was filled with all kinds of receipts, literal receipts, revealing this. And this, of course, was all coming from his ex-wife's attorney, right? And they all proved that this guy, Nathan Wade, was having an affair with Fani Willis, that they were making boatloads of money, and they were blowing that money on extravagant vacations, thus blowing the roof off of this whole thing as one seedy, corrupt swamp practice after another. So the bad news here for Fani Willis is that the judge presiding over the divorce proceedings has agreed to make the case public. And as part of that, some of you may have even seen this, we now know that you can see it online. Yeah, there are now credit card statements, bank statements, hotel invoices, flight invoices with Nathan Wade's and Fani Willis's name on them, showing that they're staying in the same hotel rooms, staying in the same cruise cabins. They're taking these extravagant trips to San Francisco, Napa Valley. They're going down to Florida. They're taking Caribbean cruises. I think they went to Belize once. They went to Australia. Very, very lavish excursions. And here's the thing. There are literally, the saying, we got the receipts. There are literal receipts in all of this. There are airline tickets purchased for both Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, names on the bank transaction, or name at least on the receipts. There are hotel itineraries. Both of their names are on there, confirming they shared rooms together. I mean, this is a slam dunk. This is as slam a dunk a case as you can get imaginable. And the cruise reservations were both in their names. I mean, this is beyond hilarious. And now, and again, it's a little bit of a lesson, just parentheses there. It's a little bit of a lesson that pride goeth before the fall. Right? Isn't that interesting? When you are this corrupt, you think you're untouchable. Right? When you exist in a Democrat hellhole like Fulton County, you think you could basically do whatever you want. Nobody's going to call you out on it. And then something happens, something big happens, and your corruption so blinds you, right? It creates such a moral myopia that you just can't see, well, wait a minute, if I go here, then a big can of worms can blow up. They just don't see it. So pride really does. It's a moral law that I think corresponds to a law of physics. It's really fascinating. Now, to make matters even worse, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners Audit Committee has just announced they're now going to investigate Fani Willis over potential misuse of taxpayer funds, especially in the inordinate fees that she was paying her alleged boy toy, and then what she did with him given her paying those fees. And now the latest, this literally broke within the last 2 hours. The Georgia Senate has announced they are investigating Fani Willis and her obvious corruption. So they're not getting any help from the governor, Brian Kemp. He's too busy hanging out with the demons in Davos at the WEF. He's about as big of a scumbag as you can possibly get. He doesn't wear lists, but if he did, I would say he's basically, Liz Cheney. He's another Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels. But bottom line, when all said and done, gang, I mean, I was going to say you can't make this up, but in many ways, I think you would think this only could be made up. You got a crazy love triangle between the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, her married lover. She chose to be the special prosecutor, and his estranged wife, with all the receipts coming from his wife, his former wife, God bless her, with all the receipts to prove the corruption that was at the heart of this legal persecution against President Trump. So things just got really, really bad for Fani and her boy toy. And it really looks like the Fulton County case against Trump is absolutely imploding. I don't think there is anyone stupid enough to want to pick it up after she ends up getting taken away from. She's probably going to end up losing her law license. I mean, this is going to be bad. And you know what? And to think about it. Think about all the frankly idiots. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to drop a name. I probably shouldn't, but like Jenna Ellis, who flipped on Trump. Do you remember Jenna Ellis with that plea deal? And then she gave that tearful North Korean-like public confession in the courthouse. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I was wrong. I was wrong to challenge our pristine election. Trump made me. Trump assumed me. Do you remember that? I mean, what do you think? How do you go on from that after this implosion? It just goes to show how corrupt all of them are. I mean, the only class act in all of this is the Don, number 45, soon to be number 47. I mean, it really does show how absolutely seedy this political world really is. So Fani Willis looks like she's falling apart, and no one deserves to fall apart more than her.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Cheers. I only have water, unfortunately.
Oh,
It's
really?
not gin, it's not vodka, it's only water.
Oh my goodness. Well, there are so many questions coming in from our Insiders Club members here. So if you're here in the virtual studio, go ahead and put your question in. I see some from YouTube people. We're only able on this side to answer them from Insiders Club members. So if you want to ask Dr. Steve something, go to join.turleytalks.com. Steve, did you see that airplane fall apart in the sky?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been doing a deep dive on it, and I'm going to show it here to our Insiders Club members and talk about the state of woke travel, because
Yes.
that is something that is genuinely terrifying in
Right.
ways that
Yeah, when you're on an airplane, it's not get woke, go broke anymore.
get woke and die.
Yeah, get woke, get dead. I mean, this is serious stuff. And again, I think it's waking up, ironically, a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that here in a bit. Every Monday night, we deep dive into something that needs to be boycotted and something that needs to be boycotted. So stay tuned for that. If you want to join us for that and become an Insiders member and become a part of our community and our movement, more than just a community, then just go to join.turleytalks.com. It's there in the banner or in the description on the stream here, and you can join us. So anything else to say before we switch over just to our community, Dr. Steve?
Well, we got a lot to talk about actually tonight.
Yes.
We'll have to talk about the Texas razor wire
Ugh.
Supreme Court decision. There's a lot to talk about There's actually, we were talking about it earlier, Hannah, you and I, before we went live. There's more than meets the eye on this one. It's not as bad as we think, but dang, it is frustrating. Rightly so. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the latest polls of what's going on with Hillary Haley and just how Trump looks like he's gonna absolutely run away with this. Again, the key is looking at how they're all performing in each one of the demographics, and just Trump is literally running away with it with every single demographic. It's stunning. Again, we all know she's been trying to get and recruit as many Democrats as she can to come in and vote, as well as independents. She's disgusting. I mean, she's horrid. I mean, she's worse than I've ever even imagined, to be honest. I think that's why every single South Carolina major politician, their 2 senators and their governor, endorsed Trump, even though Nikki Haley, who was a former South Carolina senator. So we'll look at that, and we'll look at anything our Insiders Club members want to dive deeper into.
Absolutely. I'm just looking here. It looks like Nikki Haley got a marriage proposal. Did you see that, Steve?
I did not.
Well, it was actually a Trump supporter undercover that asked Nikki if he would marry her or she would marry him. And she said, well, if you vote for me. And he said, no, I'm voting for Trump. And she said, get out of here.
Get out of here. I vote for Trump. And you should too.
Exactly. Well, with that, join us at join.turleytalks.com. We're keeping the conversation rolling, and we'd love to have you join us. So at least go put your name and email in, but come over and ask a question. Absolutely. And with that, we'll see y'all later, YouTube and Rumble. All right.